everybody, I'm Erica.
And I'm JD.
And welcome back to The Illest Life.
So today we are going on Memorial Day weekend to Disneyworld. Thankfully Disney has not followed suit with Universal yet. Disney is still requiring masks inside, whether it's in a queue, whether it's in a store, whether it's in a restaurant.
Or on a ride.
So while this is still going on and Disney's still being safe, we're going to take advantage of it. We're heading to the Magic Kingdom first, but then hopefully we will be able to make it over to Hollywood Studios.
Most importantly, Galaxy's Edge. Why? Yes. Because Star Wars. That's why. We've got our Star Wars shirts on today.
Yep.
We're very excited. I got my hair did.
Yeah, she did. Taurus is strong with this one.
I hope you guys like it. Give this video a thumbs up if you do. So anyway, we're going to head on out to the park and we'll catch up with you guys once we get there. Let's go.
Ludicrous speed.
Go! Yay! Walt Disney World! I love passing under those archways. Almost here, guys.
Alright, we are almost there. We are driving up. Well, I see a Tower of Terror, which can only mean directly ahead is
Hollywood Studios!
So we did a quick hop. We hopped over from the Magic Kingdom to Hollywood Studios because that's how the reservation process works. You have your reservation, you check in for your reservation, and then you can park hop after 2, and it is 4:30 right now. So yeah, we're going to go over and check it out.
And keep in mind, you can only hop if you have the an annual pass or if you have a park hopper pass. So it's not just because you get a reservation, you automatically get to go to the next park. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, we'll be there momentarily.
Woohoo! Okay.
Where's Mom?
Disney, Hollywood Studios. Right behind you. Hollywood Studios.
We're here! We made it!
Yay!
But first, park the car. All right, we made it to Hollywood Studios. We're gonna head through security and head on in for some fun. It's our first time back at Hollywood Studios in over a year. Mickey's Runaway Rail. We're actually heading over to the left because we're gonna go to Batu, or Galaxy's Edge, our favorite spot here at Hollywood Studios. All right, folks, we're heading in to Galaxy's Edge. I'm very excited to be back here. I'm not too proud to say the first time I walked back here and saw Galaxy's Edge, I teared up, as a giant Star Wars fan would do the first time seeing this. It was amazing. It's still amazing. So right there's where some of the shops are, inside that area there. Walking through Batu. Got droids for drink machines. I love this area, it's so pretty. Jared's speed demon around. They've got certain spaces marked off as entrances and exit ways here to kind of try to keep the flow of the crowds going. They've got some pod racers and droids over here to the right. Over here is the lightsaber build. We're gonna see if they're accepting any walk-ups. There were no more reservations today, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
Right here?
Yeah.
These people are all waiting.
Let's build a droid. Got some pod racers over here. Really cool theming. This is Star Wars Outpost at Galaxy's Edge. Hi. Beautiful theming in here. Got some cool stuff over here. Some of the shops they've removed. Just to show you guys. got lines for food and shops that way. Restrooms are over there. Come on, Jared. JD. Docking Bay 7. I got the ribs.
Dirty knives.
Jared got the Ronto wrap. JD got the pot roast. That looks good. I'm about to grub down. I've had the ribs before and they're delicious. Alright, so Mom had the Ronto wrap at Docking Bay 7. What did you think?
I think you could go to Publix, buy 2 little sausages, a couple of potato chips, and have the same thing. Not that worth the price.
No, yeah, it didn't look like it was very big.
It was like two little tiny skinny sausages and with coleslaw that wasn't really tasting like coleslaw.
Okay.
So
Skip
that one. For me, it would be a skip that one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I wouldn't waste my money.
So this is inside one of the shops. Just want to show you guys. It's so beautiful in here.
Look at the animal heads. Where are you?
There she is, the Millennium Falcon, my favorite plane. There's a ship up there, but it's hard to see from here. So yeah. Oh, it's a Falcon. Because I can never get enough of the Millennium Falcon. Heading deeper into Batu. We tried to get a reservation for Olga's. They were full. The lightsaber build, we keep checking back, but so far no luck. But that's alright. It's a nice day out here. It's Olga's. One day we'll make it back in there. I just want a Rancor flight, which is variety of beers, and it comes with teeth. So the drinks come in like little Rancor teeth, and it's really pretty. Huh, I've added a drink stand over here, it looks like, to the left. You've got your blue and green milk over here. All the mobile ordering. Got some stuff there. And then I hear that right over there is where the new Star Wars themed hotel is gonna open up into the park. All right. The first order store. We did pick up a patch TIE fighter. Some folks with their robes. That's the blue milk station over there. We saw earlier they're doing mobile ordering, which is quite nice. This is my absolute favorite area in the park. And they've got some droids up here too. They have those sippers, but they don't have the other sippers.
Haven't seen them yet.
I haven't either. So they've got some droids over here. The only character that we've seen out today has been Rey. And it looks like she's heading back in. She was walking across the top up here. But now she's heading back inside. All right, we are now heading out of Galaxy's Edge. We got some food. We picked up another Kyber crystal for our holocron, so we're gonna see which voice it becomes. We'll do that later on. Now we're heading in towards Toy Story. For being Memorial Day, Disney still has their capacity limited, and it's not been super busy, which is really nice. It's been very enjoyable. They've still got some of the distancing markers set up. They're still limiting the number of folks in stores and things like that, which is nice. It's Buzz Lightyear. It's one of the rides. Slinky Dog's over here. That one's about an hour wait. There's Buzz. Toy Story Land's awesome. Even the restrooms are kind of themed. Restrooms. And there's Slinky Dog. Just wanted to kind of show you guys this area of the park. So we're outside of Toy Story Land just before you go in, where they've got Jack Jack's Num Num Cookie, nachos, chips with cheese, and assorted chips. Jack Jack's Num Num Cookie is $5.79, and we inhaled it before I could show video. It's at this marketplace right here. So if you look, Toy Story Land is over here. The marketplace is here, and that's where you can get Jack Jack's Num Num Cookie. It's huge, and it is so delicious. It's probably the best value in the park. They also have slushies. We got a lemonade and coconut slushie, and it was absolutely delicious, very refreshing to get on a hot day. Highly, highly recommend to come by here and get that Jack Jack's Num Num Cookie. So good. All right, we are gonna ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, or Runaway Railway, sorry. Let's go. It's a 20-minute wait for Runaway Railway.
Yep. Hello.
I'm very excited. This is our first time since the revamp from the Great Movie Ride, which I do miss. Wow. The inside of the Chinese theater is the same, and it's beautiful. Three-legged race. This is beautiful in here. Wonders of the deep. Potato Land. Now the queue's moving. There it is, Potato Land. A perfect picnic. So cute. Thank you. It's a long walk in. Pretty.
He really had a blast. Now, instead of watching a cartoon, we can discuss into it.
Oh, we're heading to the trains.
Choo-choo.
Run amok trains. They've still got the safety glass up.
Fly there. Engineer Goofy here. For your safety on board the train, please keep your peanuts, nose, feet, and legs inside your train car.
He's Employee of the Month.
Hola pasajeros, durante nuestro viaje en tren.
Testing. Is this thing on? Can you all hear me way back in the back? Welcome aboard, folks. We're ready for a relaxing ride around the park. Hiya, folks. Hello there. How you doing? Hey, Nick and Mia. Sure you take good care of our friends. What? They're late. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no! We're supposed to hit that crack switch. Hurry! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's go! There they are! We'll be right back! Well, that concludes my guided tour. Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park, and thanks for sticking with me. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
Nothing can stop us now.
So, Hollywood Tower of Terror. So we may get Mom on this drop ride with JD. She did her first coaster with us, which was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I went with her on that one, and she did fantastic. I think she could handle the Tower of Terror. It's only a 20-minute wait, which is nothing. It's super fast. It's probably about the same amount of time that we rated for Runaway Railway, which, by the way, it has a lap bar that goes across everybody, so be mindful of that. I accidentally pulled the lap bar down too much, and unfortunately that was a mistake of mine. So just keep that in mind when you're on those types of rides and the lap bar goes all the way across the seating. Be careful when you're pulling it down so that you don't cause an issue with one of your party members. We're heading towards the Tower of Terror. Love this ride. What a day.
Alright, so we have left Hollywood Studios.
We're on the way home now.
We had a chance to do a few rides while we were there. We did the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad thing, which personally, I miss the Great Movie Ride.
I do too.
It was a lot better than that. So.
I mean, Runaway Railway Railroad was cutesy. I could see how it would appeal to the newer Disney fans,
The children.
the kids.
Yeah.
But as an old lady, I miss the Great Movie Ride because it was so nostalgic and it was such a fun, entertaining ride. Runaway Railroad was good. It was very different.
Yeah, and if you have people of different sizes in your vehicle, make sure you're careful when you go to pull that lap bar down.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's really thin next to you, they may go to pull that lap bar down, and if you've got somebody that's got a little bit of a stomach next to them, it may trap them to the point that they're trapped in their seat. So be really careful pulling that bar down.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wish they would do is do separate bars for each individuals in those seats like they do on other rides.
Yeah, because either it's way out or it's super tight on somebody.
Yeah.
That too was wonderful as always.
I love Galaxy's Edge so much.
Yep, had a great time walking around. Ended up with a Kyber crystal.
Can't wait to see what color it is.
And I'm actually going to leave inside of here until I'm able to get my
Build your lightsaber.
yes, my appointment for the Savi's lightsaber build.
They told us that we could come back and check to see if maybe someone didn't show up so they could fill the spot. So we did go back. Well, JD went, but how many times did you go back?
At least 3 times. I tried to go back on every half hour because I figured roughly that's what they were, their time frame.
Yeah.
But I believe they only have like 8 to 10 people in the room at a time or something like that.
Yeah.
So they've severely reduced the number. So you make sure you get a reservation because walk-ups are not guaranteed. And as we learned today, not possible sometimes, which is okay.
Yes, and I do have a reservation in August, so I'm gonna keep trying so that we can get the appointment so that JD can do the lightsaber build, and we'll film that because I did that when we got married, and it's amazing.
It's really, really cool. And as always, the food was awesome. I had the the roast beef or the pork
Roast.
the roast
Pork roast? Yes, pork roast. Yeah, the pork
Yeah.
roast.
Well, it was basically a roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes, and it was delicious. It's a good sized portion, and it's one of the better foods in the park. So that was delicious.
So and I had I forget what they're actually called, but they're the ribs. They do have a little bit of spice to them, just as an FYI. So if you decide to get them, they are delicious, but they are a little bit spicy. I don't do spicy foods, and I can handle these just fine. It also comes with like a red cabbage, and then you get a muffin on top of that, and it's I think like
Sorry, lawnmower man.
sorry, good lord, people, it was like $16 or so, $16.99 I want to say.
Like that.
And for what I got, it's a lot of food. Like it will fill you up nicely, so you're not gonna get hungry for a while. I know, as you guys saw, Cheryl and Jared got the rancho wrap, and neither of them were really thrilled with it.
It's not a very big portion. It's a
No,
whole
it
lot
wasn't.
It's a lot of coleslaw. It's
A lot of pita.
Piece of pita bread. It's a little wiener inside of it, and some plantain chips underneath.
Yeah, so that was okay.
It'd be good for a light snack, but if you're
Yeah.
wanting to eat lunch, I don't know if that's really.
The rancho wrap may not be for you, and that's just their opinion. And some people love it, some people don't. It's all in your taste in food. We were able to do, well, I wasn't able to, but JD and Ma actually, I was surprised. She's 60. Did the Tower of Terror. How'd that go?
Well, before we went, there was a wonderful little spot that I believe you caught a little footage of earlier that had cookies and slushies.
Oh yeah, the cookie nom nom, Jack's cookie nom nom.
So it was Jack Cookie Nom Nom, which is a chocolate chip cookie, almost like cake.
This thick.
It's got its own like wrapper. It's in like a muffin wrapper, and it was warm. It was delicious.
It was good.
I paired that up with the pineapple coconut slushie.
That was delicious.
The pineapple coconut slushie was only what I paid $5 something for it.
Yeah.
Which is really cheap at Disney to buy a drink.
Yes.
And it was enough for both of us. So it was cold. It was delicious.
So good.
So yeah, if you need to raise that sugar level at any point during the park, seek those out. Those were really, really good. So after I'd had my cookie and my slushie, Cheryl looks to me and goes, well, last time I rode with Erica on the mine train, I'm interested in doing Tower of Terror.
I was quite surprised at that.
Well, we didn't say much about the Tower of Terror. I told her it was a drop coaster, and she knew it was a drop coaster.
We did forewarn her.
Yes. What we weren't expecting was for them to say, yes, she can ride it, so we transfer her to in a wheelchair. It's a 20-minute wait.
Yes.
I walk her through the entire area. The very first part of it was very tough with a wheelchair because they have the barriers.
Oh, yeah.
So those were a little hard to navigate, but we got her through without damaging her.
Yes.
We got onto the elevator and we started our ride. She's okay. She's got one handle on her side, and she's got a handle on the wall, and she's got a death grip on both.
Okay.
It starts doing the story, talking about, you know, you've now entered the Twilight Zone. It's got a few of the cool little things. Then we start going through the rooms, and it's, you know, riding on the rails, and everything's fine. We get to the last part, and it starts to lift. And it lifts very quickly.
Yes.
And it lifts us up, and it drops us. And it lifts us up, and it drops us. And it lifts us up all the way to the top. The doors open, and then it drops us. Then it lifts us and drops us about
Jesus.
3 more times,
How many times did it drop you?
between 5 and 6.
That's a lot. I
It was-
remember last time we rode it was only 3.
I've never been dropped that many times on the ride. At which point, I heard prayer to my right, and I wasn't sure what was happening. It was one of the sweetest and most wonderful things I've ever seen, because I believe she found the light in the way.
She found Jesus. In that moment, she found Jesus.
She was ready to get off. About the second or third drop, I heard her say, "I've had enough. I want to get off."
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Tower of Terror doesn't listen. The
Yeah.
Tower of Terror doesn't care.
No.
You're on the ride. You buy the ticket, take the ride. So she rode it.
I'm still surprised that she got on it, because Ma is not a ride person.
No.
She does not do rides.
No.
Normally, when we all go to Disney together, we go with Cheryl and Jared a lot. They're really
Yeah.
dear friends of ours.
Yes.
And Jared, unfortunately, can't ride a lot of the stuff because he's a double amputee. So, unfortunately, because he's missing his legs, some of the rides he just can't do. But then there are others that he can. So, whenever we do rides, usually Ma doesn't ride. She's like the give her all your stuff. She will hold it and then wait for you until you get off the ride.
Ma likes to watch shows, but
Yes.
unfortunately right now the shows are
Non-existent because of COVID.
exactly. So she's willing to be a little more adventurous and ride the rides with us. And
Yeah.
today she rode one of those rides, and I was told after the ride, never again.
That's what she said after Mine Train. She
said-
was like, I'm good.
She said never again about 6 or 7 times. To which I went to the store and I bought her a Tower of Terror pin.
Of course.
And it has a spinning Mickey in the middle of it to show Mickey going into
You gotta
oblivion.
commemorate that ride.
Oh yeah.
man.
I looked for an I Survived Tower of Terror because they used to have them.
They used to have a lot of really cool tower, and that was the one thing that I didn't understand.
They were
used to
missing the
have
merch.
They used to have such great merch for Tower of Terror, but now when you go in the gift shop, it's mostly Nightmare Before Christmas and a bunch of other stuff. So like their Tower of Terror stuff is half a wall now. It's like a little quarter section. And I asked one of the employees, I'm like, hey,
Where's it at?
what happened to all the awesome Tower of Terror merch you guys had? She's like, they got rid of it. And I'm like, but why? She's like, I have no idea. She's like, it's gone, and all they have are a couple of shirts, a little bell like for a bellhop stand,
Yeah.
and then they had like a little sign, you know, you can check in but you can never leave or something like that. But
For like your desk.
yeah, but
With some pins.
which is great, but man, they used to have some cool shirts and they got rid of 90% of it.
Yeah, there were 4 shirts and they were all just kind of just
They weren't that good.
yeah. But either way, it was a fun-filled day with friends. This is probably the last time we're able to go to the theme parks until August,
Because we have silver passes.
which I'm totally fine with, because if you're a Floridian, you know, don't go to the theme parks in June and July and August.
It is
Just
too damn hot.
avoid it. It's too hot and there's too many people.
There's a lot of tourists.
Even with the reductions, there's quite a few people and it's pretty warm.
Yeah.
So, pro tip, wait till September. It's colder, it's nicer, and there's a lot less people.
Yeah, so we won't be back to Disney for a while. Plus, you know, June and July are also our blackout months, which
Yes.
again we're totally fine with.
Absolutely
so
fine with.
we'll go back once that goes, and I'm sure they're gonna Disney at that point will probably change some of their guidelines as far as COVID restrictions and things like that. Other
Right.
theme parks have completely lifted their restrictions altogether. So
Thank
I
you,
don't know
Disney.
if or when we're gonna go back to those
Right.
at this point. It'll happen, just not this month.
Yeah,
Um,
good.
but yeah, so fun-filled day. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And when it's an Ellis life, it's a magical life.
Until next time, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to say keep it spooky, weren't you?
I almost did.
Uh-huh. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.